Okay. All right, this is the first session, and this gentleman came and donated his time to share knowledge with us. And I will let him introduce himself because he knows himself a lot better than I do. But he has a great taste in ties. Here you go, sir. I needed to talk.
Good morning. Wonderful group. I will really appreciate if everybody come in the center here so that I become part of the team and you become part of the learning and teaching. I learned something from you and hopefully you learn something from me. And my challenges have been pretty similar to yours to some extent. So let's be part of the team today. I'm Naresh Chand. I work for NIH, but this part, what I'm going to talk about, is my passion. It has nothing to do with NIH. So my comments will be coming to you, and you are free to discuss them and talk about it with your friends and family anywhere. And I'm always available from 9 to 10 p.m. You can always give me a call or write me an email. And this information is there. So I'll be talking about the prevention of diabetes and obesity, and they are sisters and brothers. It affects, as we go along, we will learn, it affects 1 out of 3 people in America. Let's raise our hands and salute to my former motherland, India, and my country, Canada, which gave me education, higher education, and my America, my motherland. She has adopted me as her son. And I'm proud to be American. I want to acknowledge the contribution of my daughter, Smita Chand, and my son, Rajat Chand, who is an MD. They keep me on this task of doing this community service. My friend sitting here, Phil, is the instrument of bringing me up to here. Carolyn is not here. She arranged this through Phil. Phil and Carolyn are friends, and they are my friends too. I want to thank Robert and this group for giving me opportunity to talk to you today. This is my family. They are the force behind me to give these sessions on the prevention of serious illnesses of mankind. And all of us share the similar challenges. My life has been a challenge even before I was born. My father passed away 8 months before I was born. By God's blessing, and the contribution and sacrifices of my mom, my brothers, and my family, extended family, I got highest education in the globe, thanks to the Lord. I have lost my job at age 50, and I went to medical school for a year to earn MD degree. But I did not need a 5th advanced degree, so I came back when I found the job. At age 55, I had suffered a stroke. So I am a stroke survivor, and you know what a stroke can do to you. It brings life, different phase of life. I had a love for what could have been caused, what could have caused my stroke. I love food, and most people do it. I used to love processed foods, sodas, fruit juices, and they're loaded with fructose and high calories. I was doing little or no exercise. It means I was enjoying a sedentary lifestyle. I was gaining weight mostly over here. It was 37 inches, slowly growing. and it was associated with prediabetes, diabetes, lipid disorders, and hypertension and jerks. I have sustained falls and disability resulting from it, but I took an action with water therapy. I cured my disabilities, and I'll teach some of that to you today. I was out of job I was laid up soon after 6 months. When I recovered from a stroke, I was on the road again. So I know what it means to be in a bad situation. How to undo the effects of foods and poor lifestyle, that's what I'll be talking about to some extent today. We called it progress. Our forefathers were hunters or farmers. They lived a decent life. Now, as we evolved, processed food came along, technology became slimmer, and we are growing a little bigger and bigger here. And this is a challenge to deal with this scenario. I'm going to teach you a simple technique which you can pass it on to everybody else. This is my own creation. It's not yet perfected by the scientists of this globe. If you take the waist circumference here, take a measuring tape, and you take your height, and there is a ratio. If it is 40-45, many of you do have that, then it's a normal range. If this range is 45 to 49%, perhaps it's some sort of awakening sign that I should be careful about it. It's a tendency. If this is 50% of your height, there is a serious problem going on, which is invisible most of the time. This way of measuring the waist circumference to height is easy, very predictive of risk of many silent tsunamis. I call it tsunami. Pre-diabetes, diabetes, and it's a cooking in cardiovascular diseases, heart attack and stroke. And we can beat it if we are aware of it, what to eat, when to eat, what to do. I'm going to give you this summary table here, summary figure. How do I deal with it? Walking, jogging, running, exercising, swimming, whatever, is one of the key to become healthier, in spite of your limitations or disabilities. The important thing here is go slow. If you have not been physically active, go slow with any type of physical activity. Greens, all sorts of vegetables, including okra, are wonderful source of vitamins, minerals, and everything else. Little bit of antioxidants from berries, and beans are loaded with a lot of fiber and nutrients. Almonds and walnuts and nuts are very good source of protein and minerals and fatty acids, good fatty acids. Little bit of salmon, which is powerful antioxidant as well as omega-3, is good for us. Herbs, although I put only hot peppers here, but there are plenty of them, and I cannot cover all of them today because of time. Eating an apple is good. Another thing is drink. Most of us are not drinking adequate water. Lime water or any tea is wonderful. Keep your body hydrated. Magic pill for diabetes prevention. This study was done by NIH. If people do 30 to 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise virtually every day and lose 7 to 10% of the weight if you have weight gaining tendency, risk reduction of diabetes and its medical consequences is about 60%. Where can you get that kind of magic pill? That's what I call it, magic pill. Lifestyle prescription, which means exercise and eating wisely, lowers your blood pressure, lowers the use of blood pressure and lipid lowering medications. It lowers triglycerides, hemoglobin 1AC, and raises good cholesterol, HDL. I'm going to talk about the holistic approach to the health, including for all of us. What do we expect from this approach? It's likely to improve our looks, because when I exercise, my face glows. It's going to improve the energy, mood, mindset, self-esteem, and will reduce pain and suffering and risk of cardiovascular metabolic diseases, diabetes, stroke, heart attack, and cancer. Should we follow holistic lifestyle medicine? I will say definitely yes. Any prevention or medication or any therapeutic style should be affordable. It should be safe, effective, and practical, meaning you can do it anytime, anywhere. Best time to exercise is early in the morning, but you can do it. For moving or improving your health, you don't need a club. Although I do go to club because it gives me discipline. It should have a long-term sustainability. We are what we think, eat, and do. I am born this way. I can't change. That's one attitude. That's a poor attitude. I will face the challenges to overcome my limitations. That's a very positive attitude, and many of you are taking it, doing it every day. Eating is a greatest pleasure. It's needed for sustenance, but certain foods are very addictive. They are reinforcing and rewarding. I mean, you need more and more of it. What do I do? Most of us tend to enjoy sedentary lifestyle, and that's not good. That leads to the health problems. What we are what we think. Can we improve our mindset with meditation, with prayers, or with forgiveness? People carry a lot of resentment, anger, frustrations. Somebody else's problem is responsible for my problems. Let's forgive everybody around us. Wife, spouse, children, family, society, nations. And with forgiveness, it will bring healing to our mind and body and soul. Meditation. Meditation is deep breathing. In fact, you don't have to go anywhere. You can just do in any posture, any sitting, take deep breathing. You can do it, I can help, and you can do it. We all can improve upon it, and it's very healing. It needs a little bit of focus, and you can do it. It will beat stress, it will improve positive thought processing, creative thinking, and healing mindset. We can overcome our breathing and other disabilities with meditation and yoga. Lifestyle prescription for anxiety, fear, and stress. I think if you believe in something, it will work for you. Believing an open mindset is the key. Second thing, can singing, chanting, clapping, dancing, listening, healing music, and prayers heal our mind and body and soul? Yes. You enjoyed yesterday evening. You had fun in dancing and music. Wasn't it healing? I believe it was. Can singing and chanting improve our communication skills with God and people? Definitely yes, I will say. We are what we eat. As a major problem and major pleasure. I was in love with food, tasty processed food, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you name all of them. I still love it. soda, fruit juices. Our foods are loaded with SSS, sugar, salt, and saturated fat. Watch for it. It is monumental in our caloric intake, and it's not good for our health. It's responsible for hypertension, diabetes, stroke, and heart attack, and cancer. This abuse of foods can lead to tsunami. It's happening already in the bodies of 30% to 50% of us. It's invisible, but it's setting up the precursors for hypertension, stroke, heart attack, and many other disabilities of disease of liver, kidney, and pancreas. Now, I did talk about it. Again, I'm going to go and emphasize the point. Greens, beans, and nuts, and herbs, and a little bit of fish, and keep sipping lime water or something like that is really working for me at least. Among herbs, I'm going to say turmeric, black pepper, and extra virgin olive oil are very medicinal if you mix 3 of them in right proportion. And if anybody wants to learn about it, I can tell. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory agent and will help in cutting down the pains and suffering and many diseases of mankind. Vegetables are, okra is loaded with soluble and insoluble fiber. Omega-rich foods are salmon and trout. Although for vegetarian, walnut and flaxseed could work, but it's not the best. Best is salmon and trout, or maybe natural, what they call it, vegan omega-3 is another choice for the vegetarians. I'm going to say something about it. If somebody have a difficulty of swallowing any food, put it in a blender, all sorts of vegetables and fruits in a mixture, grind it, and slowly sip it. It's a wonderful way of giving the antioxidants, fiber, and good foods to your body. And you can do it early in the morning or any time of the day. High fiber foods, beans are loaded with fibers. Black soya bean is the best. Lentil, peas, they give lot of fiber to you. You can eat 2 or 3 cups every day. Why I'm talking about magnesium-rich foods? Magnesium is required for the action of insulin. So you take magnesium-rich foods, greens and beans and nuts, and legumes. This may reduce plasticity and Charlie's horse syndrome, which means spasm of your legs. Foods rich in zinc. Zinc is important for improving our immune system. So take food like oyster, little bit of red meat or poultry, beans, nuts, and they are all grains and dairy products do have it. Moderation is the key for when you're consuming these foods. 30 to 50% of us have weight gaining tendencies, and we call it obesity. This recipe worked for me and is still working with me, so I'm going to recite it for you slowly. Greens, multicolored salads topped with olives, ginger, vinegar, turmeric, extra virgin olive oil. You may add a little bit of fruits if you wish. You may add a small portion of grilled chicken and salmon and nuts. Eat slowly 4 to 6 times a day. And do 30 to 60 minutes of any walking, jogging, running, dancing, standing, whatever your body allows you to do it. This is going to help many, many people with weight gaining tendencies. Other antioxidants can be added to your diet. Herbs can be added. The key point is low glycemic food, high fiber, low calories. These are the three things: low calories, high fiber, and low glycemic index. People with weight gaining tendencies need to know which fruits to select. Let's move on. We are what we do. Any enjoyable physical activity, but note, gradual increase in duration and intensity is the key to success. We can't just become marathon runner in one day. Could yoga, meditation, and music improve our connectivity to self and others, to our globe around us? I say yes. These look like very technical and high-tech things, but with the group, you can do it anywhere, anytime. Most of you can do it. What yoga can do for you or for us, it improves strength, flexibility, mobility, posture, gait, coordination, balance, and stability. We all need it. I couldn't do it when I had a stroke. I couldn't walk. So I started in my family room, 1 minute fast, then 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I was just increasing the duration and intensity. I had a desire to make a difference in my own life and life of others around me, my family, extended family, and people like all of you. You are my extended family. Can we laugh? Join me in laughing. Laugh and make others laugh. It's very healing because it involves facial muscles. And facial muscles you will slow down the aging process if you laugh louder. Laugh a lot, make others laugh. It's a wonderful thing to do. It will beat stress, improve self-image, and make others laugh. And can we be comedians sometime or anytime? Yes, we can. Mind and body and soul connection. Can we do gardening? Yes, most people with limitations or no limitations can enjoy gardening. I am a gardener first than anybody else. I'm a scientist which pays my bills, but I'm a gardener. Can all of you grow these vegetables and fruits? I'm pretty sure you can. Given the opportunity, you can. And can we make a profitable business out of us? Yes, you can. Underemployed people, youth in transition, people on welfare, or with limitations, we can help ourselves to be productive and proud citizens of this great nation. Can we afford to have these things in our homes or in our residences? These are inexpensive things compared to everything else. Going on it and struggling with it, this machine, this bicycling, either in the water or in the surface, will improve taking these dumbbells, improving our muscles. It's all about circulation. Improve the circulation of the arms, legs, and your health is going to improve. I'm going to spend a little bit time on talking about aquatic therapy, because aquatic therapy, what it is a slow range of motion in the water. My shoulder was frozen, my knee was hurt by accident, my hip was hit by fall on ice. Every time I went to the doctors, they took x-rays, MRIs, tried to give physical therapy, but it did very little for me. So I went to my own skills, which I learned long time ago. What it is, slow range of motions will improve your flexibility, mobility, and strength. And that's what we all need. Water will provide the resistance, and water is healing milieu, or it is you do it this range of motions for 1 to 2 minutes in the regular pool, and followed with 1 to 2 minutes in the jacuzzi, and change it around. So change in temperature, heating and cooling will reduce inflammation, and water will repair our joints and muscles and ligaments and tendons. You can do it. It's inexpensive. I'm thankful to Bally's Total Fitness Club, which is close to my work. I spend 15 to 30 minutes every day doing this for repairing my joints. I'm 67-year-old, a stroke survivor, but I am improving my strength with exercise, positive mindset, and courage from people like you. Massage therapy, Tracy will be talking about. She's sitting there, my friend, and learn a technique of massaging your any part of face, body, muscles. Do it on each other, and you will benefit tremendously from it. The power of healing comes through human touch. When somebody is doing onto you, you do it to them, and it improves. You do it to them, and you improve your human touch and health. With this group, is it possible that mitochondria in our muscles, brain, or heart could be somewhat defective? We have the furnace in our each cell of the body, especially in muscles, which could be possibly mitochondria could be defective in people with certain limitations. I don't know exactly, but this is my scientific contribution to this group, but you can activate mitochondria by motion, by exercise, by eating wisely. Mitochondria are the micro furnace where you generate energy. Exercise, preferably before breakfast, is good if you have to lose body weight and if you are in relatively good health. It's the safest, cheapest, most effective, and best medication for activation of mitochondria early in the morning, and you'll remain active throughout for 12 to 18 hours. You keep burning calories. It will improve our mental health, cardiovascular health, and may reduce our love for tasty foods, cravings. It may prevent and reverse our limitations too. How can we activate mitochondria? Enjoy any, and I'm going to repeat this word, any moderate to vigorous physical activity, preferably in the morning, on land or in water, bicycling, jogging, running, treading, whatever your passion is, do it, and you will see the experience. It can improve the mitochondrial functioning in the muscles, brain, and heart. So these three vital things, every part of the body is connected. And if somebody have a diabetes, they should do the exercise of the digits and fingers of the toes and everything else. Try to stand on your toes and do it, because that's the microcirculation is affected by diabetes on the periphery, on the extremities. It's a magic pill for disease prevention for young, old, seniors, and people with disabilities. Can omega-3 help us? It lowers the triglycerides. It may have some anti-inflammatory activity, but check your blood level of omega-3, vitamin D3, and B12. I prefer these things should be taken from food, but in winter months, and if people are not exposed to sun, you may need some vitamin D3, or its exact role in health is not yet known, but there are many, many publications supporting its role in health and bone health, osteoporosis, and joint releases problems. When we go for 2 or 3 days and overdo foods, enjoy foods and drinks, It can trigger diabetes. So be careful when you are enjoying life. Enjoy in moderation. Food is important. Connectivity is important. Burn that fat with exercise. Enjoy it. In Australia, a group of scientists, they found 3 days of mini vacation loaded with lots of fatty substances, fatty foods, and sugar and salt can trigger diabetes and its medical consequences. Long-term mission is regular physical checkups, early diagnosis and intervention, be an educated consumer, keep the company of positive and caring people, watch weight gaining tendencies, especially in the abdomen, because it's going to prevent us walking, jogging, running, and many other disabilities of life. Keep a record of your height and waist circumference, blood pressure, glucose, hemoglobin 1, lipids, and family history. Substitute fast and fried food with functional foods and herbs and tea or lime water. Substitute soda, milk, fruit juices with tap water or Ayurvedic tea or any other tea. In conclusion, I'm going to say, let's take our personal responsibility. Let's not ask what my nation can do for me. Let's ask what can I do for my nation and improving my health and the health of my community. All of us have that mission to do. Be physically active. Be an educated consumer. Know the risk factors. Talk to your doctor before you start any new exercise or new diet plans. I'm saying it because we live in a very legal society. Be a partner in managing your health. Be an advocate of functional foods. And together we can beat the medical consequences of CP as well as diabetes, obesity, and other diseases of mankind. Can I make an appeal to the food industry? Can they gradually decrease the use of salt, sugar, corn syrup, saturated fat in our foods? Gradually, we can do it. Industry can do it. It's a $1 trillion industry. We can all live and help each other. We need them. They need us. Can we reduce the amount of taste-enhancing ingredients in our food? And can we gradually cut down the portion size? Gradually increase the use of herbs and fiber content in our foods. Make consumer aware that tasty food and processed food may not be so healthy. Let consumer be aware. Set up health funds to deal with the tsunami, pre-diabetes, diabetes, and their medical consequences to face it tomorrow for a larger population. It's happening. Tasty food, alcohol, tobacco products, use with discretion and use your brain. That may not be the pleasure alone. It could be a ditch taking us into a poor health. We don't want to be in a poor health. They should promote that walk and dance after heavy tasty meals. That will help. Every restaurant can have a facility, eat and dance. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you. May God bless all of us with best of health, prosperity, and happiness for all. Thank you. And if there is any question, Robert, I saw his movie. He is a remarkable man. I salute to all of you and especially to Robert for improving his health and his family health and global health.
Thank you, sir. That was very informative. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Can I put this on the website?
Of course.
Okay, let me save it before you exit now.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Any questions? They're kind of quiet. They party.
No, this
they
This young lady
they
had a question.
they,
I
par-
think,
they partied last night, so
yes. Yes, please. Yes. I think that's good. Yes, take so that everybody can listen to your question. Repeat your question again.
I have a question about aquatic therapy. I'm not a very good swimmer, though. What should I do?
No, you don't have to be swimmer. In fact, thank you for reminding me that thing. I brought something important for you. You see, you don't have to be swimmer or anything. Put it underneath you and let the body go in the water. You will not sink, and just you trade the water. Range of motion. Let's say I'm sitting in the water. Watch me doing it. This is my support just to give me a little, so that my body, this part doesn't go into the water. You're sitting in the water and you're just bicycling. And you're using your hands like this. You will be surprised how much you can improve your coordination, balance. You will be doing a lot of cardio and just improving your health tremendously. I strongly believe in, and I teach it. I recommend it to everybody in the globe to do, those who can afford it. Everybody cannot afford it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. It was offered to me last year to go to aquatic therapy from UNC Chapel Hill of North Carolina. And I don't know if you've ever heard of something called a underwater treadmill. You ever heard of that?
Underwater, for some people, I'm pretty sure those techniques exist, those who can have a breathing tools to breathe out, and they may have a mask. Maybe Tracy has something to say about it, but I'm not aware of it. But at the same time, there are lots of things people can do under the water, but I'll teach. Your breathing should be out, and every part of the body should be in the water, and you can do a good job. Thank you so much for asking such an important question. I was forgetting my display here. This is the house.
Rebecca,
This really helps.
Rebecca, you might be referring to what they call an endless pool, where the water goes against your walking. We actually own one in our house. If you get in it, it's a wonderful tool. If you don't get in it, it makes a good fish tank.
Question here.
I'll address that later. Lynn?
Just a minute.
My friend is typing a question, but in the meantime, while she's typing it, anybody else has a comment or question or anything, please feel free.
You said tonight to drink milk, but isn't milk good for our bones?
Okay, I got the question really. That's a very good question. Maybe don't drink and sleep. Maybe early in the morning when you have exercise, at that time milk may be good. But I'm referring about milk and dairy product, especially cheese, which is very addictive, and if you have a weight gaining tendency, watch for it. Otherwise, anything and everything Mother Nature made for us to be good. So be in good health. Enjoy dairy, chicken, salmon, or even red meat in moderation. The problem is when we overdo it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. I go to all of you.
If I can have my next presenter